He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had and still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful. Charlie always said that if he ever ran for office, I know a lot of you asked if he ever was going to, but privately he told me if he ever did run for office that his top priority would be to revive the American family. That was his priority. One of Charlie's favorite Bible verses was Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. My husband laid down his life for me, for our nation, for our children. He showed the ultimate and true covenantal love. I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart. I honestly have no idea what any of this means. I know that God does, but I don't. But Charlie, baby, I know you do too. I know you do. So does our Lord.
Now, I want people to pay attention to everything she's saying before I even give my thoughts. But yeah, I know I haven't been here for a minute because the fact that this happened to him kind of hit me in my heart as well. And again, my deepest condolences go out to the wife of Charlie Kirk and his kids, because he left a family behind because of some stupid idiot that was just gung-ho to do something just completely out of line. And I do not understand why. And I was pissed when I heard this, and at the same time, I was hurt as well, because there's no reason why you should be taking somebody else's life over political differences. So people, I need y'all to pay attention, because there are some things that I'm going to speak about that she is actually putting in, that she's actually stating.
And our world is filled with evil. But our God, you guys, our God is so good. He's so incredibly good. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, everything she said gave me chills because I'm already I talked about this before, that the Great Reset has already started and it's not done yet. Because I got some real deep stuff that I'm gonna give y'all info about.
In this world, you have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him. He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15. He knew you were ready to go that extra mile even when you didn't. He always challenged people around him to work harder and to be better. He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Our campus tour this fall will continue. There will be even more tours in the years to come. America Fest here in Phoenix this December will go on. It will be greater than ever. The radio and podcast show that he was so proud of will go on. And in a world filled with chaos, doubt, and uncertainty, my husband's voice will remain. And it will ring out louder and more clearly than ever. And his wisdom will endure. My favorite too, but my husband's favorite word in the English language was earn. He would call all of you to be people of action who earn the future America deserves. So to all of the young people who felt inspired by my husband's faith and hard work, all of you already know what Charlie would want you to do. You know.
And I'm gonna stop it right there because I've been hearing this. I've been watching a couple of different people giving their perspective on this, and actually I've heard this video a couple of times, and I wanted to get my thoughts. So what you people don't understand is, and what I have to honestly believe, she's right. This isn't the end. And when I said the Great Reset has begun, it has begun. And it started with losing jobs, and it's going to be even more worse because, well, I wouldn't say worse. It'd be worse for the liberals, but it'd be better for people with the right mindset, because what's going to happen, and I have a video that's going to probably that I'm going to drop, that I'm going to show you in a few. What's going to happen? A lot of people are going to shift. This is one thing that I've never thought I would ever say. And after people being able, who are often exposing themselves for being the demons and the evil human beings that they are, a lot of people are going to shift. And I'm going to tell you now, what Trump don't do, J.D. Vance will. And that's a guarantee. It only gets worse before it can get better. But it's about to get better in due time. Because whatever Trump don't do, J.D. Vance in 2028 will do. And it's going to go farther from there. I don't understand why people do this type of stuff. And over the past couple of days, I've been not only looking for solutions, I've been actually deep diving in and honestly networking with people. And a lot of stuff that surprisingly came up that's going to really turn a lot of stuff around. I was not expecting to get as much info as I could just by the consistent networking I was doing. But there are going to be a lot of families that's going to be starting to develop. And because I believe Charlie Kirk would have been a perfect president, honestly, J.D. Vance will take the reign and do everything. You probably wouldn't be surprised until you hear everything that's going to happen, because I'm never going to expect it. But I kind of have a gut feeling about this that you would have never thought. And one thing I believe, and I said this once before, I believe Washington State for the first time in decades will be flipped red. Now, I've uncovered a couple of things that I will definitely get into in another episode, but I want to show you this video that piqued my surprise, and I did not even know about until somebody posted this. And it blew me because not only did this exist, but this is going to be the demise. And this is why I personally decided to tag Seattle Times, because guess what? They like to spew a lot of propaganda. And I guarantee you, they're going to be on that list. So liberals, you can't run from what's about to happen. You can't hide from it. You've already exposed yourself through social media. You've already put yourself into the light. With all the darkness you had in your heart, you better learn how to forgive. You better learn how to heal. You better learn how to love yourself first, because all this demonic spirits that's in y'all is not good. And it's going to hurt y'all even more. Because I'm telling you now, in the next couple of years, y'all in for a rude awakening. And guess what? Charlie Kirk's message will continue on.
His administration. If you stay to watch the video, please tag him down below, share, and repost so we can try to get this to him as quickly as possible and hope that he can do something with this. President Trump, as a supporter who voted for you 3 times, I am hoping and praying that you will revisit what Barack Obama and Joe Biden got rid of back in 2013, which is the Smith-Mundt Act, which held news corporations accountable for lying to the American people and spreading propaganda instead of truth. I think instead of bringing it back as a Smith-Mundt Act, you name it the Charlie Kirk Act, you make it a law, and you make it damn near impossible for these people to continue to lie to the American public, which has brought chaos, hatred, division, and anarchy all across this country. Fines out the ass, which will damn near bankrupt their companies should they lie to the American people ever again. They can have their opinions, that's fine. They need to state that it is their opinion and that it is not a fact. Because of their constant lies, a man lost his life over it. Because of the constant hateful rhetoric of calling him a fascist and a Nazi and a white supremacist and a bigot, the same thing that they called you, this man is dead. I think this would be a great legacy for him to have a law named after him to force journalists to finally start telling the truth and having the integrity that they have lacked for over a decade. I hope that this gets to you. I hope that you think about it and that you pass it into law. Because we are on a dangerous path right now with the constant lies and the propaganda, and that doesn't end just at news journalists. It needs to go to content creators who consistently spread lies and propaganda and half-truths across the internet. This needs to end, and people need to start being held accountable for baseless claims over absolute abysmal things. It needs to end. So please, if you have it in your heart to have the time to do this, get this in front of Congress, get this passed as a law, and start holding these news corporations, be they right, left, or center, accountable for their behavior.
And guess who got the message? So liberals, all you Democrats, and everyone who is spewing propaganda for the past 8 years and more, y'all just shot yourselves in the foot. The Great Reset is continuing. So I'm telling you right now, and once again, you liberals better pray. You better ask for forgiveness. You better change your hearts. You better change your souls. Because guess what? It's not over. Rest in peace to the great Charlie Kirk.